Hello and welcome to Islamic Finance Weekly. I am Rahma Sayyid Muhammad. The conversation is still around prospects and trends in the non-interest finance market in 2025 and beyond. So today we will be engaging key players and industry leaders in the non-interest finance market to ask them what are those trends and prospects they see forthcoming for non-interest finance industry and what are those unique offerings and products that we should be expecting in the coming years. So stay tuned with us to enjoy this engaging conversation. What are those prospects and trends you see happening for the non-interest finance industry in this year and beyond?
Today, the Islamic finance industry, which is a non-interest bank industry in Nigeria, is one of the fastest growing, growing at a rate of over 15% per annum. Again, with an asset base of over $5 trillion. If you look at what is happening in Nigeria, almost the same thing. Looking at the figures for 2023, the deposit base of all the non-interest banks in Nigeria has almost doubled. 2024 figures, even though the financial year end has just ended in December, almost the same story. It has doubled. So to be candid, the prospect is very bright in Nigeria. Again, awareness is increasing, and so many people are advocating for ethical banking. And as we all know, non-interest banking is not only for Muslim faith, it's for everybody who desires ethical banking. And I think it's the most fairest, form of financing, because number one, there is nothing like even charging maintenance fees on an account. We don't charge compound interest. Once you have a contract that you have agreed upon, you understand, you don't change the terms of the contract until the conclusion, of that contract.
The growth has been relatively okay. The non-interest financial institutions, even though it accounts for less than 2%, the banking side, both as well as the insurance side, the growth is much higher than the conventional, and there has been a lot of products, innovations, and a lot of things are evolving. Therefore, the prospect in non-interest markets in Nigeria is very, very great, and it's very big and promising. And we can see that from the customer acquisition, profitability, and the asset sides.
Yeah, the first prospect that I see is the prospect for collaboration, because now we are having a growth in the number of institutions, a growth in the number of instruments, wider geographical spread in the number of branch networks. So the impetus and the need for collaboration is very high. And with the introduction of NIFIAN, the platform is provided for that collaboration. Another prospect is also growth in the reach of this industry, especially with what we have seen of the efficacy of the Sukuk instrument in building infrastructure.
Is for us to have pathway for collaboration, for innovation in the industry, especially that the space we occupy is very small in the financial industry in Nigeria. So we want to collaborate, innovate, and eventually achieve being the hub for Islamic finance, probably in Africa.
There are challenges, but there are also tremendous opportunities. And the association has pledged to collaborate, to compete, to expand the space. So we are looking at how to expand the market, especially in the areas of financial inclusion, the use of technology, agency banking, and also collaborating with the regulators to bring in more short-term liquidity instruments. So the future for the prospects for 2025 is quite bright.
Cutting across all the segment of the Islamic finance, from the banking, capital market, and takaful, which is the insurance arm of the Islamic finance. We have seen what Islamic finance has done into the economy, the sukuk that was issued to finance key projects of the economy. These have things that people can actually see, and there's a lot of potential. There's opportunity for government to actually issue sukuk for funding of key strategic asset in their budget.
We're going to see more people leaving the conventional banks to come over into the Islamic finance banking. And that's because of the non-interest banking is based on, which is Sharia compliance. So we'll see people who are doing more of businesses and interest rate is choking them. Given that MPR is at 27.52, we'll see people who, whereby they'll say, okay, instead of me paying interest, let me share profit. So we're going to see more of that happening in the market. On the Takaful too, that too is going to happen because in the Takaful space, if you don't claim on your insurance, you get a refund at the end of the year. It's based on the Islamic principles. Then on the asset management side, that's where the real magic is going to happen because asset managers have more flexibility because of their regulation. They have more structures, they have more flexibility. What a bank cannot do or what an insurance company cannot do, a asset management company can do.
With the collaboration or the collaborative efforts we've been having, this year promises to be very prosperous for the industry because we have come to the realization that all hands must be on deck. We must all work together because in our togetherness will mark the success and progress for every one of us. And such progress and success will be sustainable. Because if you go it alone, you may go faster, but if you go it together, you go farther. And that's what we have all realized and what we are trying to work together. So we brought about some actionable points that we're going to work on through the year.
So we look out for an upward swing for the year 2025. The industry has come a long way in the last 12 years. We've seen a lot of activities being put in place, especially in the area of risk management and a lot of development also in terms of the debit and the credit side of the balance sheet. So we've seen a lot of uptake coming up, and we see an upward swing in the industry in this year and the coming year.
What unique products do you see coming out from, the non-interest finance space that maybe the conventional space doesn't offer to the people? So what's that unique product that you see?
From the risk perspectives, the non-interest banking products are more customer friendly. More customer friendly in the sense that you share in the profit and loss, and they are making very, very good profits. Also, there is no uncertainty in terms of non-interest financial services. Thirdly, if you look at the Takaful every year, they pay surpluses. Conventionally, you pay premium. Takaful, you invest. And by the end of the year, they pay surplus. So you are in the press, you know what's happening, and you know that not a single Takaful company that is not paying surplus every year. And that's quite something that conventional insurance company will not do. They are not designed to do.
Social finance in different ways. We have seen how Waqf is beginning to strive in Nigeria. I call it making money through God's way. Allah has enshrined that charity is very important. So our social responsibility is also very key. So I feel that we can get to God through money. Whatever monies we have, like creating network, we've been able to do a lot of paying of school fees for students, especially that we have targeted the Northeast. So you have a lot of orphans, you have a lot of stray children on the street. So I feel that Nigeria is looking towards that. The Islamic financial industry is looking at social finance, and one of it, of course, is Waqf, which is very important for us.
Fintech products, more Takaful, particularly in the area of micro Takaful, various types of leasing facilities, and also service ijaras, etc., etc.
It's a new market for us, and it's also a new concept that is gaining acceptability in the country because of the model is a bit different from conventional because we give you that protection, and if you have not make a claim within the financial year, you also participate in surplus distribution, which is a key thing that actually distinguishes us from the conventional insurance.
Yes, from the different part of the industry, you see a lot of new products. From the Takaful side, which is the insurance side, we see microinsurance coming up, and microinsurance is going to actually deepen the insurance penetration, especially for the downtrodden in our community. From the banking side, we've seen the licensing of a few of the Islamic microfinance bank, and they're also creating a lot of product around Murabaha and Ijara, which we think is also going to be an add-on to the existing product and also widen the baskets.
Okay, first and foremost, honestly, financial inclusion is one of the bedrocks of non-interest banking. And again, we are offering our product that we call card, you understand, meaning free banking. So today, any customer of the non-interest bank have the opportunity of, operating the account devoid of any, charges of maintenance fees, commission on turnover, and what have you. So for the people at that basic level of retail and SME, honestly, this is one of the unique offerings. For the larger corporates, of course, we have a lot of products that we can cater for their need. We have, products like Murabaha, which is, basically a form of financing, in such a way that the customer can have unique benefits. We have our Ijara, which is typically like the leasing in the conventional space, which also provides such kind of unique benefits for the customer. So honestly, non-interest banking is a model where you have so many contracts that can appeal to any segment of the market.
Those were amazing lineup of speakers we had on the show today. I mean, from MDs to CEOs to, key players in the non-interest finance ecosystem, sharing with us those prospects and trends we should be expecting in the ecosystem and those unique products and offerings non-interest finance is working on bringing to you, our esteemed viewers. Well, with that, I would say, don't forget to give it a day to us next week on the program. Follow us on all of our social media platforms displayed on the screen. Thank you for watching, and as always, I am Rahma Say Muhammad.